There's a massive difference and there's a massive lesson in there that you need to take on board. Back in May 2020, we decided to launch Crypto Glasgow. This was after spending 3 years researching and investing in crypto. But let me paint the picture more. We spent 3 years of our life investing and researching crypto. Every single day without fail. We sat in losses for 3 years. We never made a single dime in 3 years. But the halving was round the corner. And from our previous 3 years of research, we knew what the halving brung. We knew about cycles, we knew about the halving, and we knew that it was going to make the crypto market explode. So we'd been investing for 3 years and we'd managed to amass a pretty decent sized crypto portfolio. Although it wasn't in profit, it was a relatively big size, and we were able to build that portfolio by investing over years. In crypto, there is a misconception that it's get rich quick. It is not. It is far from get rich quick. It's get rich over time, a long time, and it's slow. It's a slow process. Yes, you can make 10x, you can make 100x, you can make 1000x in crypto, but it takes time. It takes years. The big misconception in crypto is time, but if you can understand that before you're investing in crypto, you're better off than 90% of other people in crypto if you understand that fact. So after investing every spare penny into crypto, getting a part-time job and putting that money into crypto, the portfolio was looking good. It was in a loss, but it was looking good. And although we were in a loss, we had really high confidence that the portfolio that we've built is going to explode soon with the halving round the corner. And after the C19 crash in March, where Bitcoin fell to its low of around $3,500, the prices started to steadily increase. And month on month, from then, we grew with more confidence and more excitement. And then by this time, we were in May, and the Bitcoin halving had took place. And a few days later, when me and Don were discussing plans for going full-time in crypto, when our investments pump in value, we had an idea to launch a cryptocurrency consultancy. We knew that the halving had just took place. We knew that there was a bull run right around the corner. We knew that the hype and the demand was on the way. So we decided to launch a consultancy in May 2020. And at this point, Bitcoin was trading at around $6,000. So really, really low prices. And when we were brainstorming what the consultancy would offer, we decided to launch products like a startup guide. In our minds, we wanted to give everyone all the information they need of why is crypto essential? What is it for? Why was crypto made in the first place? And the reason for that is to escape the current broken financial system, the hyperinflationary financial system that we all live in now, the financial system riddled with debt. We also included how to safely invest, how to safely store your crypto, anything that anyone needed. And then we launched an Instagram page, and on that page we just decided to put out educational content on Bitcoin, content about the halving, content about the previous Bitcoin bull run, what to expect, what sort of prices to expect, and we decided to go live every single week and show up and put a face to it. Now, remember, at this point, Bitcoin was kind of unheard of. It was kind of irrelevant. Not many people knew about cryptocurrency, not many people knew about Bitcoin, but we were showing up every single week on Instagram, going live and talking about Bitcoin, talking about why it's so valuable, where its value is derived from. And the reason I'm telling you this right now is I feel that right now, in this current cycle, is where we were back in May 2020. Prices were low, interest was low, no one was interested, but we're still turning up saying, look, inflation is crazy, governments are crazy, they're reckless with their money printing, Bitcoin is a limited supply asset. It's all the same stuff we were saying back in May 2020 is happening right now. And back in 2020 when Bitcoin was $6,000 and we were shouting from the hilltops about why Bitcoin is such a solid asset, why it's so valuable, some people decided to take our research on board and research for themselves and eventually invest for themselves. And they managed to see their Bitcoin go from $6,000 Bitcoin to $60,000 Bitcoin. That's 1,000% increase from May 2020 to 2021. Within a year, their investment seen 1,000% gains. But those people who bought then, they were buying when there was no interest in Bitcoin. Nobody cared about Bitcoin then. And that's what you need to keep in mind All the people who got into crypto when it was so popular, when everybody was talking about it, they're buying at $30, $40, $50, $60,000. When it's hyped, that's when you shouldn't buy. That's when you should be selling. And if you've watched this channel, or if you've followed us on Instagram, you know that we've been saying this from day one. Cryptocurrencies, they rise astronomically in value, but they also crash 90%, 99%. And when we showed up on Instagram back in those days, that's the first thing that we said. We made people aware that, look, Bitcoin is going to moon, but it'll crash again. Because look at history, it always does the same thing. It's natural, it's normal. When it has huge gains, it has huge falls as well. So during that time in 2020, those brave people who decided to buy Bitcoin managed to see over 1,000% gains on their money. But then there is the class of 2021, the people who got in at the peak of the market and they bought at the peak of the market. They never seen 1,000% gains. They seen 80% losses. There is a big difference and there's a massive lesson in there. The people who bought when it was boring seen 1,000% gains. The people who bought when it was hyped up, they seen 80% losses. There's a massive difference and there's a massive lesson in there that you need to take on board. Now, where are we right now in the market? I'll tell you where we are. We're in that fear phase. We're in that phase where no one's interested. We're in that phase where prices are low. Currently, right now, Bitcoin's price is $26,000. Now, the higher Bitcoin was $69,000. Right now, prices are low in Bitcoin, in my opinion, and, well, statistically, prices are low because they were $69,000 a year and a half ago. So what I want you to take from this video is think about it, think where we are in the market now, and think, when is the best opportunity to buy something? Is it to buy it before it catches hype or after it catches hype? You can ask yourself that question, you can answer that question for yourself. But all the data's there, all the history's there. I've been there, I've seen it. I've seen thousands of people go through the cycles on the right side of the cycle, on the wrong side of the cycle. I've seen it 1,000 times because right now the Bitcoin halving is less than 6 months away. The supply shock is coming. Yes, there's a lot of fear in the market. There's wars breaking out everywhere. But that's what it was like in 2020. Remember that. There is always max fear. In 2020, with the C19 crash, Bitcoin crashed to $3,000. That was max fear at that time. But guess what? That turned out to be the best time ever to buy Bitcoin because it went from $3,500 to $69,000 during that max fear. Oh, there's going to be a war, the world's going to end. That was the best time to buy. So right now, you've got SBF and court, you've got all these negative news stories, you've got the SEC suing everyone, you've got the FCA banning everything. Right now is the worst news possible and prices are low. That's all I'm going to tell you. Nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random guy on the internet. But that is all for today's video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.